Welcome back to CBS This Morning. A CBS News investigation is raising questions about how the nation's oldest animal welfare charity is spending millions of dollars in donations. The mission of the ASPCA, or American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, is to rescue, protect, and care for animals in need. It does that through animal relocation, advocacy, training, legislative, and veterinary services. The group says the vast majority of donor dollars goes directly to its mission. Our chief investigative correspondent, Jim Axelrod, has been looking into the group's spending. Jim, what did you find?
Well, good morning. Headquartered in New York, the ASPCA employs more than 1,000 people to provide life-saving programs and services across the country. But we've found money is not going where many people might think, distributed to local SPCAs, which are actually unaffiliated with the group, and is going where people might not think, into fundraising.
I will be the answer.
The heartbreaking commercials are almost impossible to ignore. Sarah McLachlan singing to images of suffering animals and making an urgent appeal for donations to the ASPCA.
Will you be an angel for a helpless animal?
After debuting more than a decade ago, the ASPCA's revenues tripled and its staff doubled, making the ASPCA one of the nation's leading animal charities.
In our minds, the more money we could raise, the more animals we could help. So we were happy.
Joe Sullivan was an executive vice president at the ASPCA when those commercials came out and was part of the team that created them. Now she works for the SPCA in Houston.
It is frustrating on this side of the table to realize that a bulk of our time and our staff time is spent trying to explain the difference between national and local. We need our donors and the people in our community to know where their money is going.
Gary Rogers can tell you where donations to the ASPCA are not going.
I don't know how they can put their head on a pillow at night, knowing that there are so many animals out here that money could be used for other things. We save their lives.
Rogers is president of the Nassau County, New York SPCA, local charity that fosters animals, investigates abuse, and rescues animals in danger.
One of the major problems that most SPCAs have is that the ASPCA does not fund these agencies.
Wait, the ASPCA doesn't fund you at all?
No, we receive no money from them at all.
We spoke to more than 24 local SPCAs across the country. A few had received grants worth a few $1,000s from the ASPCA, which they had to apply for. Most, like Sullivan in Houston and Rogers in Nassau County, had received nothing.
No SPCA across the country is part of the ASPCA.
I would think a lot of animal lovers, pet lovers, would assume the ASPCA is some sort of umbrella organization.
No, they're not. They're absolutely not even close to it.
In 2019, the ASPCA took in nearly $280 million. The ASPCA says 77 cents of every dollar goes towards supporting the charity's mission.
They say, hey, 77 cents at every dollar goes to programming expenses.
The devil is in the details when one looks at spending.
Brian Mittendorf teaches nonprofit accounting at The Ohio State University. He says about 40% of the ASPCA's operating expenses went towards hands-on help with animals.
I guess the big question is there a disconnect between what donors are putting money into and what that money is being invested in?
Your $19 monthly gift could mean the difference between life and death.
We decided to look at how that $19 donation is being spent. According to the organization's tax forms, we found nearly $8 of each $19 donation went towards hands-on help with animals. Nearly $7 went towards mission-related public education and policy, which includes telemarketing and direct mailings. Another $3.50 went towards other kinds of fundraising. The rest, towards management. In 2019, the ASPCA CEO Matt Bershatker made more than $840,000. That's more than the CEO of the American Red Cross, a nonprofit 10 times bigger than the ASPCA.
We urgently need 3,000 new donors so we can rescue more animals.
Outside of New York and 3 other cities where it offers local services, the ASPCA has to deploy its animal rescue unit to directly help abused animals, something it did 7 times in 2019 to 6 states. The ASPCA provided grants to some local animal welfare groups across the country. Of the $2 billion it raised since 2008, The ASPCA gave $146 million, or 7% of the total money raised, to those groups.
Sign up for just 63 cents a day.
But during that same time period, we found it spent nearly 3 times that, at least $421 million on fundraising.
As an animal lover, you have to make sure and ask yourself, do the animals in my community get my donor dollars or my volunteer time or my donations, and is it going to change what I want it to change in my community?
The ASPCA declined our request for an interview, but said in its own 2017 survey that 84% of ASPCA donors also donated to a local animal charity. What that survey didn't ask was if people understand that local organizations with SPCA in their name are not in any way affiliated with the national ASPCA.
Wow. That's a big surprise to me to learn that. I just assumed.
So did I.
They say about assume.
Yeah.
But I did assume that they were connected.
I think that's the question for all donors.
Right.
Is your expectation of where you think your money is going, is that where it's actually going?
What kind of ratings does the ASPCA get with charity watchdogs?
Well, yeah, Charity Navigator, for instance, one of the watchdogs said fine in some areas, 3 out of 4 stars, but only 2 out of 4 on their actual financials. In other words, how they're spending the money.
And do the local SPCAs, like the one in Houston you talk about, are they spending more directly on animal care?
What they're doing is the people who are donating to those organizations are getting the money spent in their communities, so it's matching that expectation that we're talking about.
Jim, it's interesting issues here. Thank you.
Thank you.